Once you understand the contractual rights and obligations associated with options, it's time to move on to understanding how options are valued. Option prices are typically quoted in dollars per share. Remember, a standard option represents 100 shares of stock, so an option that's quoted at $2 per share has a real-world value of $200. An options price is made up of two components, intrinsic value and extrinsic value. Intrinsic value is real value. The actual exercisable value of an option is its intrinsic value. Extrinsic value is the premium over and above the intrinsic value of an option. It's also known as time value or the volatility premium of an option. Let's go through an example of how to calculate intrinsic value. Here we have a stock trading for $50 per share. There's a call option on this stock with a strike price of $45. Remember, the call gives the buyer the right to purchase the stock at the strike price of the option. In this case, the owner of the call could exercise their right, and that would save them $5 on the stock. This option has $5 of intrinsic value. Well, let's look at another example. It's the same stock, still trading for $50. Now we're looking at a call with a strike price of $55. This option gives the owner the right to purchase the stock for $55 per share. Since the stock is only trading for $50 per share, exercising the option would not give the owner any benefit. It has zero intrinsic value. Options that have intrinsic value are said to be in the money. Options with no intrinsic value are out of the money. The option that has the strike price closest to where the stock is currently trading is said to be at the money. Technically, the at the money option could be either in or out of the money. Once you calculate the intrinsic value of an option, you can calculate the extrinsic value. Remember, extrinsic value is the premium over and above the intrinsic value of an option. Well, let's look at that same $50 stock. We're back to our 45 strike call option. And we already established that this call has $5 of intrinsic value. But in this example, the call has an asking price of $7. Well, that means if we purchase the call at the asking price, we're paying $2 more than the intrinsic value of the call. That $2 is the extrinsic value. Now you might wonder, what are you getting for that extra $2? The answer is time. When you enter a contract, it's good for a period of time, and the value of that time will vary depending on many factors that we'll talk about in other videos. But for now, it's enough to know that you're getting time. Let's do a brief exercise. Suppose you have a stock trading for $75 per share. This stock has a call option with a strike price of $70 per share. Is this call in the money or out of the money? The answer is in the money. Remember, the call option gives the buyer the right to purchase the stock at the strike price of the option. In this case, that right is worth $5 on the stock, so this option has $5 of intrinsic value. The option is trading for $6.89. How much extrinsic value does this option have? In other words, how much are you paying for time if you buy this option? The answer is $1.89. Remember, an option's price is a combination of its intrinsic and extrinsic value. Understanding the concepts of intrinsic and extrinsic value will help you understand further the reasons why you might be making or losing money on an option.